श्री राधे गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम है। गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम है। नंदलाला तेरा मीठा नाम है। गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम है। नंदलाला तेरा मीठा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम है। गोविंदा जय गोपाला जय 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 गोविंदा जय गो। मोर मुकुट माथे तिलक बिराजे गले बैजंती माला गले बैजंती माला। कोई कहे वसुदेव के नंदन कोई कहे नंद लाला कोई कहे नंद लाला। श्री राधे गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम है। जय गोविंदा जय गोपाला राधे 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 राधे। जमुना किनारे कृष्ण कन्हैया मुरली मधुर बजावे मुरली मधुर बजावे। जमुना किनारे कृष्ण कन्हैया मुरली मधुर बजावे मुरली मधुर बजावे। ग्वाल बाल के संग में कान्हा ग्वाल बाल के संग में कान्हा माखन मिश्री खावे। ओह माखन मिश्री खावे। श्री राधे गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम है। जय गोविंदा जय गोपाला जय गोविंदा गोपाला जय गोविंदा जय गोपाला। जल में गज को ग्राहन घेरा जग में चक्र चलाया जल में चक्र चलाया। जल में गज को ग्राहन घेरा जल में चक्र चलाया जल में चक्र चलाया। जब जब भीड़ परी भक्तन पर नंगे पैरों आया। जब जब भीड़ परी भक्तन पर नंगे पैरों आया। ओह नंगे पैरों आया। श्री राधे गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम। श्री राधे गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम है। द्रौपदी ने जब तुम्हें पुकारा साड़ियान बढ़ाई साड़ियान बढ़ाई। नाम भक्तों के खातिर आप बने प्रभु। कन्हैया कृष्ण भक्तों के खातिर आप बने प्रभु। आकर नंदा नाई आकर नंदा नाई ओह नाकर नंदा नाई। श्री राधे गोविंदा पाला तेरा प्यारा नाम। श्री राधे गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम। अर्जुन का रथ तुमने हाका, भारत भई लड़ाई, भारत भई लड़ाई। नाम को लेकर विष को पी गई, देखो मीराबाई, ओह देखो मीराबाई। गोविंदा पाला तेरा प्यारा नाम, श्री राधे गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा। नरसिंह जी के काज संवारे, मुझको मत बिसरा रे, कान्हा मुझको मत बिसरा, मुझको मत बिसरा, कन्हैया मुझको मत बिसरा रे। जन्म जन्म का दास तिहारा, तेरा नाम पुकारे, तेरा नाम पुकारे। श्री राम गोविंदा गोपाला तेरा प्यारा नाम, श्री राम गोविंदा गोपाला राधे राधे राधे।
It's 10 o'clock. We welcome all of you to our program this morning. And we hope you will enjoy. It's a beautiful summer month now in Canada, in Toronto, and the snow has all gone. The spring flowers are coming out to remind us about a song I sang last week, Jab Jab Bahar Aaye, Tab Phool Muskuraye. So that when we look at the flowers in the morning, let us remember the presence of God, Bhagavan, in all of us. Asanguham, 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 punah punah. Satchidananda Rupoham,
Satchidananda Rupoham,
Ahameva Vavyaya,
Ahameva Hamavyaya.
let the tones of the violin take us far away from here. Na dharmanishtosmi na chatmavede na bhaktivadva charararabinde akincha ananya gati sharanya tvatpadamulam shararam prapadye tvatpadamulam shararam prapadye tvatpadamulam shararam prapadye. Whenever we do anything in this world, we must do it with, this is what my talk will be this morning, we must do it with lots of fervor. If we pray, we must pray totally. When we play totally. When we work totally. When we sing to Bhagwan. And with the tunes of the violin, it helps us to take us to a different level of communication. Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru hai Pura Prakash.
Guru hai Purna Prakash.
Enjoy communication to Bhagwan through the music. Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai.
Guru hai Purna Prakash.
Guru hai Purna Prakash.
Guru ke charanon mein milta hai. Guru ke charanon mein milta hai. Tan man ko
Guru Surya hai, Chandra Guru hai. Guru hai Purna Prakash.
Gurave Namah.
गुरु सूर्य है, चंद्र गुरु है, गुरु है पूर्ण प्रकाश।
Hari Narayana Govinda, Jaya Narayana Govinda.
हरि नारायण गोविंदा, जय नारायण गोविंदा।
Hari Narayana Jaya Narayana.
हरि नारायण जय नारायण।
Hari Narayana Jaya Narayana.
हरि नारायण जय नारायण।
Govinda, Govinda.
गोविंदा गोविंदा।
Hari Narayana Govinda, Jai Narayana Govinda.
हरि नारायण गोविंदा, जय नारायण गोविंदा।
Hari Narayana Jai Narayana.
हरि नारायण जय नारायण।
Hari Narayana Jai Narayana. Sab koi.
हरि नारायण जय नारायण।
Narayana Govinda, Govinda.
गोविंदा गोविंदा।
Govinda, Swami Govinda.
गोविंदा हरि गोविंदा।
Bolo Hari Narayana Govinda, Jai Narayana Govinda.
हरि नारायण गोविंदा, जय नारायण गोविंदा।
Hari Narayana Jai Narayana.
हरि नारायण जय नारायण।
Hari Narayana Jai Narayana.
हरि नारायण जय नारायण।
Govinda, Govinda.
गोविंदा गोविंदा।
Hari Narayana Govinda, Jai Narayana Govinda. Shankara Karurakara Jagadeshwara Parameshwara.
शंकरा करुणाकरा, जगदीश्वरा परमेश्वरा।
Shankara Karurakara Jagadeshwara Parameshwara.
Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara.
Shankara Karunakara Jagadeshwara Parameshwara. Shankara
Jagadishwara Parameshwara.
Shankara Karunakara Jagadeshwara Parameshwara.
Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara.
Bolo Shankara Karunakara Jagadeshwara Parameshwara. Bolo Shankara Karunakara Jagadeshwara Parameshwara. Many of us, when we are given a task to do in today's world, we always try to find the easiest way to avoid it, not to do it, except when it's very pertinent to us. And someone asks you, oh, आप कुछ किया? तो आप क्या बोलेंगे? चलता है. Huh? चलता है means you're going. Have you done so? चलता है. Well, chalta hai is a bad word. This chalta hai means, it's taking its time. No leader in this world knows this word chalta hai. No leader. Or no one in leadership position knows chalta hai. Because if you have a task to do, you must give it 100%. If you do not give it 100%, obviously, you will not get the reward. Whether it is prayers, whether it is your daily duty, whether it's you have promised to help someone, whatever it is, we must give 100%. Bhakta Dhruv, he was sent by his mother to go to the forest. And not to go to the forest, his mother told him that if you want to sit on this throne or your father's lap, you have to be born out of my womb. So he then said, I must go to God and seek it out. When he went to seek Bhagwan out, Narad came to him ultimately and told him that, look, there are wild beasts in the forest. They will destroy you. What he said? He said, because I am going 100% for the grace of God. Because of the grace of God, these beasts will not attack me. What it means to us today, when you go for 100%, the beasts, in inverted commas, in this world, who try to pull you down, attack you, whatever, they'll have absolutely no effect upon you. So, what Dhruva told Narad Muni, he said, look, no one has got a guru like you are. You are my guru. And because I have that firm faith in you, I will succeed. Arjun and Jayadrat, They were taught by the same master. Then Jayadratha asked Dronacharya, why is Arjuna so great in his valor as a marksman, etc., and why not me? Because Guru Dronacharya told him, I am teaching you all the same thing, but the application that Arjuna has put in his teachings of archery, you have not put in that amount of effort. You just say, chalta hai, chalenge, chalta hai, means it's going on. We cannot do that. We have to say that what God has given us, what we are, is God's gift to us. What we are is God's gift to us, and what we do is our gift to God. This is a very beautiful saying. And if when you are in difficulties and you are saying, you know, I am doing so many prayers, I'm doing so much of good charitable work, I'm giving money here, I'm giving money there, and yet I have no peace of mind. Remember, your gift to God is what you do. Things will happen to you that you never expect, good and bad, good and bad. So when the good comes, unfortunately, when the good comes, we don't appreciate it. But when the bad comes, oh, we all hold our head and we cry. We must have a special connection with God. And when we have our connection with God, we must not go to Him and ask, you know, oh Prabhu, can I get this? Can I get that? See, this world is Maya. This Maya, illusion, delusion. You must have Maya for Bhagwan and don't have Maya for the world. Maya for Bhagwan means you must want Him. You must be attracted to Him. You must go to Him. You must be one with Him. Because this path is not easy. This path to Bhagwan is not easy. So when you go to Bhagwan, when you pray to Him, what you say? Lord, make me one with you. You know, Vashisht was asked by Sri Ram, what one boon can I give you? This beautiful Doha, it says in Uttarakhand, Doha 49, beautiful Doha. It says, Vashisht, you have done so much for me. Tell me, what one boon can I give you? Kabahu ghate jani de bolo Ram, bolo Ram, bolo Ram, bolo Ram, bolo Ram, 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 bolo Ram, 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 bolo Ram, 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 bolo Ram, Ram, Ram. Kabahu ghataya nahi de. Bolo Ram, हे श्री राम जी, मैं आपसे एक वरदान मांगता हूँ, कृपा करके दीजिए. Lord, I'm going to ask you one boon. What is that boon? वह यह है कि प्रभु आपके चरण कमलों में मेरा स्थे जन्म जन्मांतर तक अक्षुणा रहे, कभी ना घटे. My love for you must be permanent. Birth after birth after birth, my love for you must be permanent. You know, some of us would like to know how we measure our spirituality. I know this is off the side of this, but I'm going to tell you. Some of us want to know, am I progressing in spirituality? Am I getting better? It's very easy to know. It is easy to know when you become totally oblivious of what people do around you that is not nice. You just leave it to them. You don't get upset. Is that easy, Sonia? Not easy. Not easy. Because we all get upset. If her husband does not buy her flowers on Mother's Day, does not buy flowers for her on her birthday, then she's watching until 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Are the flowers coming yet? Are the flowers coming yet? No, flowers are not coming. Such a simple thing, like $25, $30 of flowers, or you can go pick some dandelions, and you can take it. But we always want something for ourselves. How do we know we are progressing spiritually? When all these little frivolities of life does not matter to us. My husband cared for me, my wife cared for me, my children cared for me. That's important, of course. But when you attach and equate that love to the material thing, then you lose the pure essence of it. There was Kaikeyi and there is Bharat. Kaikeyi had what they call swart. Swart is selfish love. Swart means she wanted Bharat to be king. Is that true? What Bharat had? Bharat had pure love, prem. He didn't want to be king. He just loved his brother and just always want to be with his brother. This love for God is not an easy thing. शिखर ठिकाना मुसाफिर प्रेम नगर मत जा नगर मत जा मुसाफिर प्रेम नगर मत जा. What does it mean? Musafir is traveler, Pant is path, Kathin is difficult. And he says, semantics, O traveler, do not go to the city of love. The path of love is difficult. You think the path of love that Bharat has for Prabhu Ram. You think we can have that love? We are given the kingdom, and we said, no, we do not want this kingdom. We give this kingdom up. We give this kingdom up for my own brother. I don't want this. So the path of love, my dear brothers and sisters, Prema Nagara Mata Jamusafir, Prema Nagara Mata Jam. Of love is difficult. Place of love, Bajai bhai. Place of love is on the highest peak. And what is that? Prema nagara mata ja musafir. Prema nagara ki nadiya gahari. Prema the place of love is at the highest peak of the mountain. Now, what is that? The rivers of the city of love run very deep, but many people drown trying to cross the river. So many of us try to attain the acme of the mountain, the peak of the mountain. We climb up and we fall down. We climb up and we fall down. Not only us. You understand what I'm trying to say? The peak of the mountain is the ultimate love. So many of us try to climb that mountain, and we slip and we fall. Very, very few people get to the top of that mountain, the mountain where love is pure. So pure love is so difficult for us to get. Pure love is so difficult for us to do. We always want something when we do something for someone else. Even my own son, my own daughter, my own wife, my own family, whatever it is. You do something, then they do something that you do not like, let us say, that you do not like. What do you say? Ye nima kharam, first this person is a totally ungrateful person to me. Now, we never ask the person why they did this. Just because it does not please you, immediately we come to the decision. You are the judge, the jury, the defense, and the prosecutor all at the same time, right, lawyer? And so you make that decision. We must try to see the other person's point of view. So today, what I'm trying to say to you, whatever we do in life, we must do it to our utmost. Utmost, and do not look to see who's going to pat me in my back. Because if you do prayers, you do it with your utmost. When you come to Bhagwan, you do pray. Was that? Can I see the bhajan?
आपकी जगह
मेरे no, no. आपकी कृपा से
सब काम हो रहा है
मेरे आपकी कृपा से हर काम हो रहा है
आपकी कृपा से हर काम हो रहा है
करती हो तुम कन्हैया मेरा नाम हो रहा है
करते हो तुम कन्हैया मेरा नाम हो रहा है
मेरे आपकी कृपा से हर काम हो रहा है
मेरा आपकी कृपा से हर काम हो रहा है
For those of us who don't understand what the bhajan is saying, it said because of your grace, everything comes into place like a puzzle. When we depend upon your grace, He puts everything in like a puzzle. When we were back home in Guyana, we were told to go before you go to school, go and do Charhave Jal to the sun. Is that right? We do that. We do not know why we do it, but we do it. Our parents said do it, we do it. It is all that kripa, all that grace. If we do it knowingly or unknowingly to Bhagwan, it comes to you. मेरे आपकी कृपा से
हर काम हो रहा है मेरा आपकी कृपा से हर काम हो रहा है
करती हो तुम कन्हैया मेरा नाम हो रहा है
करते हो तुम कन्हैया मेरा नाम हो रहा है
पतवार के बिना ही मेरे नाव चल रहा है
पतवार के बिना ही मेरी नाव चल रही है
मेरा मांगने कन्हैया हर चीज मिल रहा है मेरा मांग जय कन्हैया
हर चीज मिल रहा है
अब क्या बताऊं मोहन आराम हो रहा है
अब क्या बताऊं मोहन आराम हो रहा है
So it says, the verse I said before, पतवार के बिना ही मेरे नाव चल रहा है. I have no oars. I'm in the middle of the ocean. But what? Because of your grace, you steer me to the shore. But we have to have that grace. बिना मांगे है कन्हैया. Without asking for anything, I get everything. अब क्या बताऊं मोहन? What can I tell you, Prabhu? Everything you give me. This is the love that I spoke about that we have to have. But this love is not easy. to say I love God is not easy. To say it is easy, sorry. To say it is easy, but to mean it is very difficult. So that is why we talk about this path that we go on. Prema nagara mata jao musafir. Prema nagara mata jao. Bolo!
मुसाफिर प्रेम नगर मत जा
He said, Sab jagat dekha prema nagara ki sundara pariya prema nagara ki sundara pariya sab jagat dekha lubhana musafir prema nagara mat ja. There are beautiful fairies in the city of love. Oh, the whole world are attracted to them. So in the city of love, which you think you can go to Bhagwan, so many things, so many times you are deterred from that love. So many times you are turned away. And when Prabhu Ram was asked by Vashisht, in this chaupai it is beautifully said, Asakaye muni Vashishta Griha Aye Asakaye muni Vashishta Griha Aye Kripa Sindhuke Mana Adibaye Kripa Sindhuke Mana Adibaye Sangaliye sevaka sukha data Sangaliye seva sukha ऐसा कहकर वशिष्ठ मुनि घर आए। वे दया सागर श्री रामचंद्र जी के मन को बहुत ही प्रिय लगे। So Vashist came to his home. What? Lord Rama was very pleased with what he asked for. So to recapitulate what I said this morning, whatever we do in this world, we must do to the utmost of our ability. When we pray, let us pray with the utmost of our ability. Let us pray and not try. I know it comes up. I know it comes up. May my daughter do well. May my son get into medicine. May my other child get into the law. May the other one get into engineering so I can cover all the professions. And we do this when we come to pray. By somebody's not healthy, we pray for their well-being, etc. But the best prayer is a prayer where you can ask that God may give you love for him forever. Just that, just love. Just ask for the love of God and he will make he knows everything. He's in each and every one of our hearts. And he knows what has to be done for you. And he will do it for you, providing we have that faith in him. You know, Bhagavad Puran, which is coming up soon, not too far from now, June, July, there are 3 cardinal things it said in Bhagavad Puran. 3 cardinal things. This sums up the whole of the teachings of the Bhagavad Puran. Man's relationship to man. Human beings, the relationship of human being to his fellow human being. We see today, in this world today, the relationship between human beings. You look at Ukraine, Russia, and those places where they have total disregard, even for women and children, in the bombing and destruction of Ukraine. So many children have died, hospitals have been bombed. And if you think this was in a text that was written thousands of years ago, but it's not true today, it's very true. First, man's relationship to man, how you act in this world, whether you are a saint, whether you're a sinner, whatever you are, our relationship to our own fellow human being. Because all the scripture says that God resides in each and every one of us. And although that God we say is residing in each and every one of us, yet we treat each and every one of us differently from time to time. So one relationship, human beings to human beings. The other relationship is Manushya and Prakriti and the Pashu. Man's relationship to animals, to birds, to bees, to insects, to the whole animal kingdom. What our relationship to the animal kingdom is. Our relationship to the animal kingdom must be a relationship of caring, loving, and do not take advantage over them. This is our relationship of a man to animals. That is why our foreparents in India, they used to make rangoli in front of their homes. They used to put rice there so that the insects can come and eat. And when you do a yajna, the yajna must be so done. Yajna does not only mean reading katha. Havan is the part of it, big part of yajna. When you do a yajna, the yajna must be so done that even animals and the environment is satisfied. You know, once a squirrel came to a yajna that was done by Yudhishthir, Ashwamedh yajna, in which animals were sacrificed, unfortunately. And the squirrel came, and half of his body was golden, and the other half was normal. So he came and he rolled in the dust where the yajna was being done. And then he said, Dhikka yagya. This yagya is no good. I have seen better than this. So Bhimsen got up with his gada and wanted to kill the squirrel. And Bhagavan Krishna says, no, listen to what he has to say. And then he told him about a yagna. You know what he told him? There was a poor Brahmin who was living in a hut under a tree. And how they used to get their food? When people, in the rice field, when they finish threshing the paddy, whatever is left on the ground, they will go and pick that paddy, bring it home, pug it, make rice, and eat from that. That's how they got their food. There was a famine in the place. There was no rice. People were starving. He was starving. It was he, his wife, his son, and his daughter-in-law. Anyhow, after many, many days of hunger, he gathered up some rice. He brought it home. You all want to hear more? Oh. Only one person say yes, so then oh, you want to hear too? Baba, you want to hear too? You like story, no? You like Nancy's story? Yes. But this is not Nancy's story. So, when he gathered the rice, cooked the rice, there were four portions. The man, his wife, his son, and his daughter-in-law. As they were about to eat, a traveler came. I said, I'm so hungry. I don't think I can survive. The old man says, okay, give him my portion. The three of you all eat. He ate, left. As they sat down to eat again, the three of them, another traveler came. You could get the drift of the story. So the mother said, I'll give my portion. And so it went on. The son said, another traveler came, the son said he'll give his portion. Another traveler came, and the daughter-in-law said, seeing what all my in-laws have done and my husband has done, I am going to give my portion. And the squirrel said, I fell on the ground in ecstasy when the flowers were rained from heavens, because this was God. The four travelers was God came in different forms to test them, to see what their devotion. Pure love. The squirrel said, when the flowers fell from heaven, and I started to jump, I fell on one side. That side became a goal. I came here, all this money you all spent, so much people you invite, all the gold you give, for nothing. The Brahmin did not spend a single cent, of what he had was pure love. So it means that when we have pure love for Bhagwan, no one can come in our way to stop it. So he says, three things the Bhagavad says: man's love for man, man's love for animals, and you'll be surprised. The next one. Man's love for nature, Prakriti. You see how long we talked about ecology? People think that because they go to India and see some dirt and so forth. India was one of the richest nations. India was one of the richest nations before it was plundered. Richest nation in the world. Huge. All these places like Vietnam and Burma and all these places were all Indonesia. Indonesia, I mean Indian islands. Indonesia means islands. So anyhow, that's a good point. The point is that when we do yajna, when we do any of these things, we must do to the greatest love and greatest humility. If you want to know your progress in spirituality, your anger gets lessened, come down to zero. Your jealousy comes down to zero. Your greed comes down to zero. Your lust comes down to zero. And your ego. Ego is the last thing. All of us have ego. When a person says, look, I have no ego, he has the biggest ego. The ability to tell you, I don't have any ego, he has the biggest ego. So if we can attack this world and all its difficulties, we can give our 100%, especially there are not much children here today. When children go to school, they must give their 100% also. 100% must be given, and the results will always be the best. For those of us, quite a few academics in here today, I'm sure they will tell you they had to burn the midnight oil before they can be where they are. Especially for those of us who come from a third world country. For those who are born here, okay, the golden spoon is in your mouth. But for those of us who came from a third world country, to get an education, to go to school, so difficult to pay school fees. There are people in this temple who I know they had difficulty paying school fees. Having difficulty to pay their school fees. Here school is free. Is that true? Up to grade 13 is free. And I think they're trying to make university. Is university free yet? University is not free yet. Not yet. So here we are. All these are given to us. And if your parents, if you can look at your parents and see where they have come from, where they have come to what they are today, it will give you that impetus to go forward in life. Where I came from, there was no running water. There was no telephone. There was no television. Nothing. The only mode of transportation is the bus or the train. At that time, they had a train. So put your 100% effort and you can get wherever you want to. We'll have to get us. Radhe. वृंदावन जाने को जी चाहता है
ओ 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 राधे राधे गाने को जी चाहता है
हाँ राधे राधे गाने को जी चाहता है
वृंदावन में बाके बिहारे
वृंदावन में बाके बिहारी
वृंदावन में बाके बिहारे
वृंदावन में बाके बिहारी
अखियाँ मिलाने को जी चाहता है
नैना मिलाने को जी चाहता है
अखियाँ मिलाने को जी चाहता है
ओ नैना मिलाने को जी चाहता है
वृंदावन जाने को जी चाहता है
हाँ वृंदावन जाने को जी चाहता है
वृंदावन में यमुना किनारा
वृंदावन में यमुना महारानी
वृंदावन में यमुना किनारा
वृंदावन में यमुना किनारा
अरे गोता लगाने को जी चाहता है
हाँ गोथा लगाने को जी चाहता है
वृंदावन जाने को जी चाहता है
हाँ वृंदावन जाने को जी चाहता है
So today I would like to talk about liver, because one gentleman told me that he did not know about liver transplant and so forth and so forth. So I thought I would not talk about liver transplant per se, but I want to talk to you about something which about 80% of us have, and that is a fatty liver. A fatty liver. And how do you know you got a fatty liver? If you can get an ultrasound of your liver, you can see if the fat cells, and they can tell you you have a fatty liver just by doing the ultrasound. As a matter of fact, we have a gastroenterologist coming here next Sunday. He's from McMaster. He's my gastroenterologist. And anyone with this kind of problem could talk to him. So what does a fatty liver look like? You see that part of the liver there is called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD, N-A-F-L-D. We were always taught, when you hear about cirrhosis of the liver, you say, oh, he must have been a drunkard. He was drinking a lot of alcohol, and that is why he became a cirrhotic. Well, you know what? Cirrhosis of the liver is caused by fatty deposition in the liver because of our eating habits, etc. And it can make an ordinary liver, and you can see it goes from there, 25 to 30%, and then it goes right up to the cirrhosis. Can you go forward? Right? And, okay. So I would like to tell you how fatty liver occurs. So, next slide. Can you get bigger? Okay, you have done your best. That was very good, actually. Okay, can you come down a little bit? Good. Fatty liver is caused. Everything I talked to you about in all these medical talks, SUGAR always comes up, because that is something that we should not eat. Sugar is bad for us. So the sugar is taken up, when it goes into the gut, it is taken up by a venous system which takes it to the liver, by the portal vein. In the liver needs something called glycogen. Glycogen is good because that gives you energy. But when the liver is filled with glycogen, what happens to the rest of the sugar? The rest of the sugar is then either is deposited into the fat cells of the liver, and then the liver becomes a fatty liver. And if the fatty liver is not taken care of, it will go to cirrhosis. But if you look at the mechanism, you look at that, can you show that blue thing there? So the increase in sugar is one of the things why fatty liver is caused. And just to, on a little sidebar, we are told that HbA1c, which is really the proper measurement for your blood sugar, not fasting blood sugar and random blood sugar. These are average tests. But if you want to know an accurate test of your sugar usage in your blood, you do HbA1c. I've spoken about this 10,000 times. So if your HbA1c is 5.8, people are happy with it. But you know what? When the HbA1c is 5.7, you're starting to store extra insulin in your body. You are starting to become insulin resistant. The best HbA1c is 5.5, 5.6 even. Well, 5.5 is a really good HbA1c, which means that you have no stored insulin in your body. Because the stored insulin, which is causing this, the sugar is then converted to the glycogen. What is left over is turned into fat. Because the liver has to detox a lot of things, like poisons that you eat, all the poison that we eat, etc., etc. The liver is the one that cleans it. So mechanism, sugar is one. The second thing is insulin, which causes our liver to be fatty. And another thing, and please pay attention to this one, toxins, poisons, etc. Not necessarily poison that kills you, but poison that is not good for you. And one of those poisons is alcohol, because see, alcohol is C2H5OH, which has a lot of sugar. Lot of sugar. And when that goes into your system, and when you drink the alcohol, you have a headache. So what do you take for a headache? Tylenol. Tylenol. I don't know how many of you here knows. Tylenol has caused overdose of Tylenol. Overdose of Tylenol has caused acute liver failure in quite a few young people. Anybody knows of anybody who had liver failure from Tylenol? No? It's not common, but it's there. 18-year-old. There was one guy who was supposed to get a transplant for his liver, but he was passed on because a young girl had a failing liver just from taking an overdose. She tried to take an overdose. A whole bottle of Tylenol, and her liver failed. So OTC, Tylenol, Advil. Advil is a common drug that many people in this temple use. Advil, not a good drug. All these things, the liver, you see, everything goes to the liver. The liver is your factory in your body. The liver is the one that determines that shake out the bad thing and keep the good thing. The liver is that factory in your body which does everything for you. So when your liver gets bad, then you go from, if you look at this last page, this last part over here, you go from mild cirrhosis to moderate cirrhosis to severe cirrhosis. And that severe cirrhosis, you can either get cancer or you have to go for a transplant. Just since this gentleman asked me about this, I'll say a quick word about transplant. Transplant of the liver in the old days, you have to wait for somebody to die to take their liver and put it into your liver. We don't have to do that anymore. You can have a living donor. All we take is a piece of the liver, just a piece of the liver. Once everything is organized, once everything is right, the blood tests to show that there's no reaction, everything is good, the anatomy is good, they can take it, the liver is good, the liver has to be good. I have a friend who's waiting for a liver transplant. He had so many people who were going to give him liver transplant, but he had to turn them down. You know why? They all had fatty liver. They were mostly Indians. So, once the liver is good and you can give a piece of your liver, they just take that piece and they transplant it. And in 6 weeks, you have a normal liver. 6 weeks. The liver is one of the organs in the body which has such a regenerating principle. Quickly it regenerates. And that is why you see people drinking for a long, long time and they don't get cirrhosis. If they get a cirrhosis, they stop drinking for a while, their liver undergo repair, and they get back a normal liver again. You understand? So if you want not to have a fatty liver, what do? You do avoid being obese. Obesity is one of the worst things. It's called, I've talked to you all about this before, it's called metabolic syndrome. When you are 25%, more than 25% of your BMI, body mass index, when you're more than 25% of your body mass index, when your insulin is high, your pressure is high, all these cause you to have fatty liver. And the way, see, it is all here. You have to stop, you see where that red sign? Stop alcohol, stop sugar, because fruits have something called fructose. People feel they can eat any amount of fruits. That is not true. Fruits have lots of sugar, and the sugar that the fruits have is called fructose, and that goes straight to the liver. Straight to the liver. So eat a little bit. You can't eat too much. By the way, if you are doing intermittent fasting and you are hungry and you say you're going to have a banana, wrong. You're going to have a mango, wrong. You're going to have an orange, okay. Have walnuts. Have walnuts. Walnuts is good nutrition for your brain. You see the walnut? It's shaped like a brain. You see the walnut? How it's shaped? It's shaped like a brain. So eat walnuts when you're hungry. So how do we stop fatty liver? Alcohol, sugar, drugs, all this we have to stop. This is why in my clinic downstairs, I try to take people off drugs as much as possible. Once if their pressure comes down, if they listen to me, and they stop eating salt, exercise, do intermittent fasting, and the pressure comes down, stop the blood pressure tablet. Not because you get blood pressure tablet, it means you must have this blood pressure tablet all your life. No, you can get out of it, but you have to be taught to change your lifestyle. It is called lifestyle medicine. Lifestyle medical practice. That's what myself and the other doctors who come here. We had a pediatrician the other day. We got a gastroenterologist next week. As a case, maybe we have a cardiologist today doing your echo and everything right in here. So we would like that you should come off as many drugs as possible. I am not saying to come off the drug if you need it, but if you change your lifestyle. You know, there are so many people who go for stents, who go for bypasses. And there are other people who have chosen the option of not to go for bypass, not to go for stent, but change their lifestyle. What a lifestyle is? Mostly a plant-based diet. green, leafy vegetables. Please believe this. What our forefathers have said in our scriptures is exactly you offer to Bhagwan what Bhagwan can eat. Is that true? So green, leafy vegetables. This thing is called vegetable oil. You think it's made from vegetable, Davan? What is it made from? It is made from nuts and seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, and all these are bad. The vegetable oil you should not use. That's the oil we use here. If you go ask Brahma what oil they use here, that's the oil we use here. Because it's what? Because it is cheap. It doesn't matter how many people they kill afterwards, but the oil is cheap. Here, this temple. I don't know about other temple, but this temple we use vegetable oil. But one of our devotees says that when we offer the food, the vegetable oil changed to olive oil. Well, if you have that faith that when you offer the food to the Lord, the vegetable oil is changed to olive oil, that chalta hai, carry on. So therefore, we are saying, cut your weight, and more than anything else, you have to, what? One other thing I forgot to tell you. Exercise. You have to exercise. You have to walk. You have to do some weights. You have to do not heavy weights, some weights you have to do to keep the muscles intact. You have to do it. As you get older, the weights are very important. So these are the things to prevent us from having a fatty liver. Next week, I'll speak a little bit more about cirrhosis and also a little bit more about transplant. I'll tell you what are the mortality of people who give and mortality of people who receive. So there we are. We are going to go into Gita now. Gita Dhyana. Pao Partaya Patibodhitam Bhagavatam Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gatitan Purana Munina
Madhye Mahabharatam
Advaita Mitavarshide Bhagavate
Ashtadashadyayini
Amba Tvabadu Saldana Vibhagavat
Gite Bhavatveshini
Nabostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe
Pullarvindayat Patra Netra
Yeratvaya Bharata Taila Purna
Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradepa
Prapalla Parijataya
Trurutra Vetreka-pane
Jnana Buddhaya Krishnaya
Gita Amrita Tuhe Namaha
Sarvopanishado Gavo
Dugdha Gopala Nandana
Pato Vatsa Sudhir Bhukta
Dugdham Gita Amritam Mahata
Vasudeva Sutav Devam
Kamsa Chanura Mardanam
Devaki Parabhadallam
Krishnam Vande Jagat Guru
Bhishma Dura Tata Jaya Data Jala
Gandhara Nilotpala
Salyagragavati Kripeda Vagade
Dharnena Velakula
Ashwattama Vikarna Ghora Vakara
Duryodhana Vardini
Sotirna Kalupada Vairadadade
Kaivartaka Keshava
Parasarya Vachasaroja Bamalam
Gita-Kandotakam
Nana Kyadaka Kesarav Harikatha
Sambodhana Bodhitam
Loke Satchara Satpadaira Haraha
Vipiyamanam Muda
Uyad Bharata Pankajam Kalibala
Pradvamsiyam Shreyase
मूकं करोति वाचालं
भङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं
यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे
परमानन्दमाधवम्
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुता
स्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
वेदैः साङ्गपरक्रमो परशिरैर्
गायन्ति यं सामगा
ध्यानाग्मस्थिततरगतेन मनसा
पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो
यस्यास्तं न विदुसुरासुरगणाम्
देवाय तस्मै नमः
Namaः. Chapter 3, verse 12. Chapter 3, verse 12. Ishtana bhogana hi vo deva
इष्टान् भोगान् हि वो देवा
dasyalte yajna bhavitaha
दास्यन्ते यज्ञभाविताः
तैरदत्तान्पदाभ्यो तैरदत्तान्पदायैभ्यो यो भुङ्क्ते स्तेन एव सा यो भुङ्क्ते स्तेन एव सा इष्टान् भोगानि वो देवा दास्यन्ते यज्ञभाविता तेरदत्तान् अप्रदायभ्यो यो भुङ्क्ते स्तेन एव सा. Stena means stealing, certainly. So Bhagwan is saying, in all these necessities that Bhagwan has given us, the rain, the sun, flowers, the fruits, and everything that he has given us, we must always perform sacrifice, yajna. Being satisfied by the performance of yajna or sacrifice, Bhagwan will supply all the necessities to you. We pay income tax, is that true? We pay provincial tax. We pay HST. We pay all these. What do we pay to Bhagwan? You know what the taxes we pay to Bhagwan? The taxes we pay to Bhagwan is our yajna. Yajna here means homam, havan. Om Pradaya Swaha. All this, havan you do? Om Agnaye Swaha. Idam Agnaye, idam namama. I offer this to you, not to me, but to you. And when I offer it to you, then it means that I am paying my taxes. There is no free lunch. There is no free lunch in this world. You have to pay for everything. So what Bhagwan has given us, we also have to pay for it. Pay for it by the performance of yajnas. This is very important. And we have our yajna coming up in July. Instead of 7 days, we're doing it for 10 days. 10 days we're doing it for. So on all those 10 days, you can do havan. You can be part of it, either come and do, you can sponsor, talk to Pandit Bhoj or Tej, and they will help you to see how you can be part. But this you must do. You don't have to do it at our place only. Wherever there's a yajna, whoever has a yajna, or you do it at home, wherever, doesn't matter. What? It will be here. Well, I can't remember the dates, but it will be there, and you can take part in this yajna. So this is what Bhagwan is saying. Now we are going to do Hanuman Chalisa, because we didn't do it last week. And
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान ओ सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान
बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके
सुमिरो पवन कुमार
बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि
हरो कलेश विकार हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर
जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर
रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा
अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा
महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी
कुमति निवार सुमति के संगे
कंचन वरण विराज सुवेशा
कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा
हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
शंकर सुवन केशरी नंदन
तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन
विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर
राम काज करिबे को आतुर
प्रभु चरण सुनिबे को रसिया
राम लखन सीता मन बसिया
सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा
विगत रूप धरि लंक चढ़ावा
भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे
रामचंद्र जी काज सवारे
लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए
श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए
रघुपति के लिए बहुत बड़ाए तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाए
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
सास बदन तुम रो यश गावे
अस कही श्रीपति कंठ लगावे
सरकारिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा
नारद सारद सहित अहिसा
यम कुबेर दिक्पाल चाहते
कवि को बिद कई सके कहाते
तुम उपकार सुग्रीव कीना
राम मिलाए राजपद दीना
तुमरो बल सब भीषण माता
लंकेश्वर वै सब जग जाना
युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु
लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानो
प्रभु मुद्रिका बिल मुख भाई
चल दिलांगी गए अचरज नाई
दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगमय रोग तुम्हारे देते
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
राम द्वारे तुम रखवारे
हो तन आज्ञा बिन पैसारे
सब सुकल है तुम्हारी शरण
तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना
आपन तेज समारो आप
तीनों लोक हांकते कापे
भूत पिशाच गत नहीं आवे
महावीर जब नाम सुनावे
नाशय रोग हरै सब पीरा
जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा
संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे
मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे
सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे
सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे
चारों युग प्रताप तुम्हारा
हे प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा
साधु संत के तुम रखवारे
असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे
अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता
असवर दीन जानकी माता
राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा
सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा
तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे
जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे
अंतकाल रघुवरपुर जाए जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाए
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान
और देवता चिंतन धरई
हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करे
संकट कटाई मिटाई सब
फल पिया।
जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई।
कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई।
जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई।
छूटे बंदी महासुख होई।
जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा।
होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा।
तुलसीदास सदा हरिचेरा। की जय नाथ जय महादेवा।
हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। हमारे राम जी को राम राम कहियो जी हनुमान। सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
हनुमान।
हो सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
Kantaran, Mangalamura Jiru, Ram Lakhan Sita, Jai Basau Suru.
सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान। सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 सीता राम 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 हनुमान।
सीता राम 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 सीता राम
राम सीता
So, please remember what I told you this morning. Anything we do, we must do it to 100%. 100% when we give to the Lord, and when we go to Him, let us ask that may He bless me and may He always make me a good soul, a good being. Do not ask for material things. Material things come, material things go. Besides that, you leave everything. Is that true? So let us remember. Sumirana karale, sumirana karale, sumirana karale. मेरे मना तेरे बीत उमर हरि नाम बिना सुमिरन कर ले।
मेरे मना तेरी बीते उमर हरि नाम बिना सुमिरन कर
Palchi pankha bina. It says the bird has no wings. Hasti dalta bina. Nari purusha bina. Oh, jaise purusha. जैसे पुरुष पति बिनहीना, जैसे पुत्र पिता बिनहीना, जैसे पुरुष हरि नाम बिना। Kupanera Vina Denu Chira Vina Dharati Mega Vina. He says, a man without God is like an earth without rain, a son without a father, or an orchard without Kupanera Vina, a well without water, or Dhenu, a cow without milk. So is a man without God. Kupanera Vina, Kupanera Vina, Dhenu Chira Vina, Kupanera Vina, Dhenu Chira Vina, Dharati Mega Vina. Jaise Taravara Phala Vinahina, Jaise Taravara Phala Vinahina, Jaise Purusha Hare Rama Vina.
सिमरन करे ले मेरे मना तेरे बीते उमर हरि नाम बिना सिमरन करे
Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Rama.
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Rama.
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Rama.
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Rama.
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Rama.
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Rama.
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Rama.
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Rama.
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Rama.
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
Hare Rama Rama
राम सीता राम 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 हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
Sita Rama Sita Rama.
ओ सीता राम सीता राम
Radhe Shyam Radhe Shyam.
ओ राधे श्याम राधे श्याम
Hare Rama 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 Sita Rama Rama Rama.
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम
meditation. Prabhu ji,
Prabhu ji,
daya karo,
daya karo,
man mein
मन में
aada baso.
आने बसो।
तुम बिना लागे सुना, तुम बिना
लागे सुना,
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो,
खाली घट में प्रेम भरो।
तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानू,
तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानू,
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू।
मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू।
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको,
सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको,
अब तो आकर बहादुरो।
अब तो आकर बहादुरो।
ओ प्रभु जी,
प्रभु जी,
दया करो,
दया करो,
मन में
मन में
आन बसो। 2 pranayams, and then we go into silence. Talk to God.
त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्।
Asato ma sadnagavaya, tamaso ma jyotirgavaya.
असतो मा सत्यगमय तमसो
Bhavaya.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ,
भक्ति के दीप जलाओ,
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ,
जीवन को स्वर्ग बनाओ,
ओ धरा से पीड़ मिटाओ,
अमृत रस बरसाओ। ओम शांति, शांति, शांति। ओम शांति, शांति, शांति।
जीवन को नित महकाओ,
जीवन को नित महकाओ,
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ,
सब अवगुण को बिसराओ,
हर संताप घटाओ,
नारायण को हर्षाओ। ओम शांति, शांति, शांति। ओम शांति, शांति, शांति।
ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनापधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। Rub your hands together, put it over your face, and ask that all that energy become to you. Today's Pretty Bhoj is sponsored by Narendra Shivani and family from Orlando, Florida, celebrating the happy birthday of their daddy, Mohindra Kapoor. So we wish them a happy birthday. They are providing all the Mahaprasad for us. You know what is Mahaprasad? What's the meaning of Mahaprasad? Remind me, I'll tell you next week. Ganga Dasara, not tomorrow, following Monday, right? 6 o'clock. Camp next. Janar Bapa Satsang next week. Next. Balaji Abhishek is on Sunday, June the 4th. We are going to do it that day. Ekadashi is, of course, on the 29th, but we are going to do it on the Sunday because it's a beautiful time. If you want to see Balaji Puja, you don't have to go to Tirupati, but if you can go to Tirupati, it's good. But you can come here, you can get a glimpse of what it is like. Yoga Day on the 21st of June. It's a Wednesday. We are going to have a yoga session in the morning at the Peace Park, and then in the evening, while some of us will be enjoying the golf course next. So we have our medical clinic downstairs for those of us who like to go. You can do so. Next, the Kishore Charity Golf, and I'll ask Daman to speak on that. Daman? Please.
Dr. Dubey, my dear brothers and sisters, I greet you this morning in the name of Lord Krishna. But 3 weeks ago, before I get to the golf tournament, 3 weeks ago we had the Conference of You and the Law. It was well attended, it was informative, it was educational. There were 2 segments to the conference. One was a story dealing with the domestic violence. We had the judges, the crown attorney, the defense lawyer talking about all the issues. That was well received. But more importantly for me was the second part of the conference where the young people who attended, they were guided, instructed, educated with respect to the legal profession. And we were happy to say that the feedback we received from many of the young people was quite gratifying. The persons from the temple who were associated with the conference did an excellent job. They must be commended because it was well organized, well run, and well executed. The golf tournament. The golf tournament is exactly a month away from today. Last Friday, 2 days ago, we had a meeting, the committee, and I'm happy to report the tournament is completely sold out. We have collected 75% of the funds. That means we're still missing 25%, Dr. Dubey. So the people who, you know the story.
Yeah.
Okay. We have all the raffle prizes intact, all the gifts intact. It will be a fun day. And with Dr. Dubey's blessings, it will be a sunny day as well. I am putting an extra burden on you for that day, okay? All right. A little story before I have a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. In the Midwest United States, Dr. Dubey talked today about giving and giving unconditionally and without any expectation. In the Midwestern United States, there were a doctor couple, husband and wife. They were involved in an accident, and unfortunately, both of them were killed. They had a young son, which they left with their in-laws to look after the boy. They did not treat the boy well. Eventually, he ran away from home in the midst of a snowstorm, and he did not get very far. He fell outside of a fence where, in the snowstorm, luckily some people were passing by and they picked him up and they took him into the house where the mansion-type property, the owner of the house, very rich woman, took pity on the child, gave him some milk and cookies, and he slowly recovered. Fast forward. The lady who owned the mansion, she did not have any children. She had all kinds of servants working for her. She decided that she was going to get rid of all her properties and give it to her servants or workers. Mistake she did. As soon as they did that, they no longer cared for her. She fell ill. She disposed of all her assets. She fell ill, and she went to a hospital where she spent about 6 weeks before she recovered. The difficulty for her then, she had no money remaining to pay the hospital bill. So the doctor came into the room about to discharge her, and she started crying. And she said, "I don't know how I'm going to pay the bill." The doctor presented the bill to her and he said, "Pay it in full, buy milk and cookies." The doctor was a young boy who she saved and nourished. So in life, what we do, we get paid back tenfold. So those of you who have not given to the golf tournament as yet, this is your chance.
Good one, good one. Okay, for those of us who would like to sponsor for the golf tournament, you may do so. We are going to wrap up now. Sri Radhe Govind Bhajo Mana Shri Radhe Radhe
Shri Radhe Govind Bhaj Man Shri Radhe.
Oh Shri Radhe Jai Jai Radhe.
Oh Radhe Shri Radhe Jai Jai Radhe.
Bolo Shri Radhe Govind Bhajo Mana Shri Radhe.
Oh Radhe Shri Radhe Govind Bhaj Man Shri Radhe. Radhe Radhe Naman Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe Radhe Vishnu Mandir mein Radhe Radhe Vishnu Mandir mein Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe Radhe Radhe Radhe
Jai Jai Shri Radhe Jai Jai Shri Radhe Jai Jai Shri Radhe Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Sadguru Deva ki Jai Om Namah Parvati Pataye Hara Hara Mahadeva.
सर्जन विसर्जन तुम्हीं विश्व करता तुम्हीं विश्व ज्योति में हो प्राण भरता तुम्हीं काल के काल हो शक्तिधारी रो स्वयं वंदना
अब हमारी
दया धर्म के मन में ज्योति जगाओ जीवन पंथ मेरा
प्रभु जगमगाओ
हरो पाप मेरे भरो भाव भक्ति मुझे दान दो
अपनी तुम दिव्य शक्ति
मुझे मोह माया के सागर से तारो
मेरे काम और क्रोध को नाथ मारो
अहंकार मेरा हरो शक्ति दाता
अहंकार मेरा हरो शक्ति दाता
मेरा कोटि कोटि हे बंधन विधाता
कोटि है वंदन विधा
ओम नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव. We have our anniversary for Hanumanji is coming up on the 2nd of July. We're having a 3 days yagna for that. And we have the Hanuman Chalisa going on there now. You can hear it. So many different tunes of Hanuman bhajan going on. We are going to put some nice flowers around it, like look lively. And what else? Something else. Oh, tomorrow is holiday, and we will start at 5 p.m. for Shiv Puja. 5 o'clock tomorrow, holiday, 5 o'clock, Shiv Puja. Let's all start for Aarti, please.
Om Jai Jagdish Hare Swami Jai Jagdish Hare Bhakti Janon ke sankat das Janon ke sankat shag mein door kare Om Jai Jagdish Hare
करो देवा, भक्ति बढ़ाओ तन की सेवा। ओम जय जगदीश
तन मन धन सब है तेरा, स्वामी सब कुछ है तेरा, तेरा तुझको हर मन प्यारा है मेरा। ओम जय जगदीश।
ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते, पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ द्यौः शान्तिरन्तरिक्षं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिः वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्विश्वे देवाः शान्ति ब्रह्म शान्ति सर्वगुं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। बोलिए महालक्ष्मी विष्णु जी भगवान की जय, महालक्ष्मी तिरुपति बालाजी भगवान की जय, महालक्ष्मी श्री नरसिंह भगवान की जय। धर्म की जय हो, अधर्म का नाश हो, प्राणियों में सद्भावना हो, विश्व का कल्याण हो। हर हर महादेव शंभो। शिव शिव शिव। राधे अभी नहीं, अभी नहीं, आफ्टर आफ्टर टुमारो 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 इज हॉलीडे, टुमारो